It's National Teacher Appreciation Day. Did you find her yet? I had a teacher in second grade, Mrs. Green.
Oh, Mrs. Green.
Never
You were
forgot her.
in love with Mrs. Green.
She was so kind. She was so kind. I had just been in the country about a year and a half, so I spoke English, but I mean, she was great. I remember I called her mom once. I go, thanks, Mom, and I'm like, and then I had a moment. I may have said I love you, too. I may have said that. She'll remember. Jan's trying to find her.
You're trying to find, oh, well, Jan will find her. She is like the FBI.
Lebanon Grammar School, Lebanon High, school
that's
system
so
in Lebanon,
nice.
Illinois. Yeah, Mrs. Green. That was one of my favorite teachers.
I think about,
Hey, if you're out there, Mrs. Green, write in, please. I'd love to reconnect.
everybody, Jan Chalet, like a CIA operative, has tracked down Mrs. Billy Green, who is on the phone from Lebanon Elementary School, Mark's second grade teacher.
Mrs. Green, how are you?
Good morning, Mark. I'm great. How are you?
Do you remember me?
Oh, my goodness. Of course I remember you.
Oh.
Of course.
Do you want to ask her anything?
Yeah, I'm dying. So, Mrs. Green, it is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mark's wife.
I think you guys met.
Oh, we met at the
Hall of Fame.
the Hall of Fame. Yes, of course. Do you remember Mark telling you that he loved you?
Yes, I do. I remember. Of course.
Does that happen a lot, Mrs. Green?
Well, a couple of times that I recall. As I get older, I like to think it happens more often, but
Mrs. Green, are you still teaching?
I am not still teaching. I retired in 2012, at the end of 2012.
Oh.
They don't want us old people around anymore, you know.
Oh, that's not true. That is certainly not true. Was Mark a good student?
Mark was a great student. He was very quiet, smiled all the time.
Oh.
I remember that he would come to my desk and kind of stand there with his hands folded and smile a little bit. And I'd say, Mark, can I do something for you? And he'd say, no. And then he'd go back and sit down.
I still do that, Mrs. Green.
He does that here.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You were always so kind. You left a lasting impression on me, and I've never forgotten you.
Mark, I can't believe that I'm talking to you. Thank you so much. I just want to let you know I've kept your little second grade picture, and you gave me a Christmas ornament at Christmas, and I hang it up every year on my tree. So I have kept a lot of things of yours from second grade.
We just wanted to truly say thank you so much. It is Teacher Appreciation Day, and I hear about you more than you could possibly imagine, Mrs. Green. And we all at one point, Mark and I raised 3 second graders, and we know how important that year is for kids, and we really appreciate everything you did for him.
Oh, Mark was the easiest, most wonderful child to teach and love. There are just so many good things about him, and I'll never forget him. And I just thank you so much for not forgetting me. I appreciate it more than you can ever know.
I love you, Mrs. Green, and if you're ever in New York, please let us know. I'd love to have you on the show, or even have lunch with you or a cup of coffee. I'd love to see you again.
That would be great. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Green.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm getting choked up.
That was so nice.
Oh.